very extended commercial break because Diamond went to Versace's and they lost his food. But anyway, we are back with our first and our only guest tonight, Mr. J. Esquire.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. So you got sound effects. We didn't even get that.
We didn't even get the sound effects. Like, you know, you special. Like,
I feel special.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It's my first time here. And super excited about that.
That was,
pay him no mind.
That was major
We
shade.
just found him and asked him to produce the show tonight. So pay him no mind. But no, for real, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you are a singer,
R&B singer, songwriter, producer.
Everything.
From here, from Baltimore. And right now I'm working on my first project, Sweet 1030, which will be out at the top of 2017. Just started promo for the single that y'all just played, Sexy With It, which will be out November 18th. So just getting ready for that.
Okay.
Now that's just the single. Did you put the video out already? Or?
No, we shoot the video next month.
Oh, okay.
So right now, just making sure that the song makes its rounds everywhere and everybody that needs to have it gets it. So my plugs are getting it first. So
dope. So tell us how you got started with singing.
Started singing when I was 2. I recorded my first song when I was 5. I started writing when I was 8. And I started really taking it serious around 14. Started putting groups together. You know, that was the thing at the time. Still, you had Drew Hill, you had 112.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
You know, you got Next, everybody at that time. But I was super influenced by Jodeci. That was my absolute favorite. They were the ones that made me feel like I could do it.
Right.
So just chased that with the groups. And when that stopped working, I just, you know, it was God, because after a while I had exhausted groups, you know what I mean? And it just wasn't the thing, and nobody seemed to be all that interested in it. But I started writing for people and doing vocal production and, you know, doing hooks and everything for everybody. And everybody just started to, you know, jump on the bandwagon and rock with me as a solo artist. So that's what made me solo.
What made you go with a group? Like, because just what you were saying as far as the stars, because like most times groups don't work out.
Well, you don't know that when you're 14 or 15.
Yeah.
You just see it and you admire it and you want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? And for me, like I said, it was all the groups inspired me. You know what I mean? Even before Jodeci, you know, I was a kid and the New Edition was out, and it just felt like everybody had a part to play that made it special. You know what I mean? And everybody had an impact. Plus, if it's 4 of y'all, that's more opportunity for more.
So you were in the group.
I was.
What was the group name?
Oh man, I had so many groups.
Oh, you was bouncing around.
A lot of them, yeah. But the ones that you know really got me to where I was really developing, I was in a group called Diverse. And we actually had an indie deal on the table. I was in my senior year of high school, and Thanksgiving weekend we were offered an indie deal with a label that's not around anymore, so we won't even shout them out. I don't even know where they would be at. So, and then I was in a group called Black Harmony, which I'm still actually a part of. That's kind of like a syndicate thing to what I do. So it was, like I said, it was just the camaraderie, and I felt like, you know, you look at those groups like I said, the Temptations and Jodeci and all those other people, and it just felt like everybody brought something to the table. So I felt like you get 3 other young brothers or 4, and y'all all from the hood. Y'all trying to make it out. Everybody got a talent. Everybody loves to do it. So why not? So that was how that started for me with groups. But it didn't pan out.
So then you just decided, let me do it on my own.
That was a lot of work. That was a headache. You trying to get everybody.
Ego.
It's 4 y'all, it's 4 y'all in the group, and 3 y'all showing up for shows. Wow. This person wants
somebody was the Bobby Brown in the crew.
Somebody want more solos.
Yeah, the David Ruffin in the crew.
Somebody don't want leads, but you gotta have them singing leads. Somebody don't want to sing the low end. Somebody don't want to sing the high end.
Yeah.
You getting too much. No, you getting too much. So
you was like, look, I'm gonna do this by myself.
Yeah, eventually, you know what? We all just started growing different. You know what I mean? At this point, everybody's just becoming men and maturing into their own. So some people wanted to venture off and do other things other than music. Some people just life impacted them so much they couldn't do music anymore. And I was blessed to be able to be strong enough to keep persevering. And one of the challenges too was R&B became like the bastard child of music. You know what I mean? After a while, no one wanted the Drew Hill. Nobody wanted the soul. anything like that. Everything became poppy and more rap singing. So when we would go do things, it was like no one cared.
Yeah.
So I actually exiled myself for a little while until I felt like it made sense and I could come and rock off and do what it was I needed to do. So
where do you feel like the current state of R&B is today?
I feel like it's coming back. I feel like it's coming back. The mainstream is super slow to catch on to that.
Yeah.
I feel like people are being more honest with how they feel as far as music. You know, it's not even about the trends anymore. You know, it's so many acts that aren't that are under the radar that are making it happen. Like, I'm a huge fan of this female group called King. And not a lot of people have heard of them, but they travel the world. They got one of the dopest albums that came out this year. And because of the internet and because everybody's independent and figuring out ways to do it,
right?
Everybody has an opportunity to do whatever they want to do. You don't have to worry about a label saying, hey, this is to this or this is to that, or not enough this or not enough that. Work with this artist or this producer. You can create the template for yourself now. You know what I mean? So we're bringing the movement back slowly but surely.
So what are some of your musical influences? I was reading your bio and thought it was pretty interesting.
Again, Jodeci, Luther Vandross, the huge Donny Hathaway.
What Luther? Big Luther or small Luther?
Like, which Luther you talking about?
Big Luther made the hits, but you can't go wrong with either. Yeah. He's Luther, period. Yeah. He was Luther, period. When I was a kid, I thought he taught me how to sing. I don't know where I got that from. But also I rocked with the OJs, the Isley Brothers. But then there's Biggie, there's Jay, there's Nas. You know, there's Rakim, there's Big Daddy Kane, there's Mary J, there's Jill Scott. So I'm all over the place with it, especially for what they consider urban. Like, that is my thing. Like, that's where it started for me. Being from Baltimore, the heart of the city, that was all I grew up hearing. You know what I mean? And that was the music that impacted me. And I felt like that was the truest music. You know what I mean? Next to gospel. Right. So that's the music that I would never, ever turn my back on. I mean, I can respect and pay homage to other types of music, but that's the thing right there.
Yeah.
So
where you get the 80s influence from? Because I've seen that in your bio. I mean, because like for me, back in the 80s, you know, you had your mom in the basement playing
that's what it was. You know what?
The OJs.
I remember being a kid and my mother would be in the living room at night, and I would sneak downstairs and I would see her dancing by herself right before she went out, getting ready to go out.
My grandma used to do. I used to watch her doing
She
that.
would have her eyes closed and she'd be swaying. And I remember I would think one day I'm gonna make a record that my mama could dance to like that, or somebody else's mother would. And then growing up here, going to Shake and Bake, I used to feel like if they played your record at Shake and Bake,
you was popping.
You made it. I didn't know about selling 1 million records or what a hit single was or anything. I just knew that if people went off or people skated nonstop or they dimmed the lights for a couple skate, they played your record. You were there. I wanted to be that guy. I'm like, I want to make a record for them to skate to. Yeah. Small goals, right?
Yeah.
Very humble beginning. That's where it all started. But you know what? I still feel that way. I still, when I go in the studio, I'm creating. I start with if I like the record first, and if it makes it past the first day or first week, we may have something. And also, I'm thinking about the guy that's driving in the car, the girl who's driving in the car, or the heartbreak or the triumph. I'm thinking about the prom. I'm thinking about the wedding. I'm thinking about the intimacy. And and it goes back to, I'm thinking about the skating ring.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm thinking about all the humanity that needs to go back into music. I feel like music is unrealistic these days too. It's like, that ain't happening.
Right.
Stop, son.
Right.
Not, son. You know what I mean? And I feel like we need to be honest, like with my record, Sexy With It, that's more about intimacy than actually having sex. Like, you could do anything,
and people don't know the difference.
You know what I mean? Like a guy may take you out to, you might like books, and he may be like, let's go to Barnes and Nobles and read a book and eat a cookie. That's sexy to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You might just go sit in the car with a chick and play some Maxwell, and y'all just vibe all night. That could be sexy. That's how I look at music. Like, what is the reality of it? What is the core of human thought? So
now when you say that though, did you get like those influences from like your parents, like R&B is not sexy no more? They don't talk about love no more.
My father actually is an R&B singer. He's in a group from here called the Soft Tones.
Oh, okay.
The lead singer of the Soft Tones. Actually, like Big Crit sampled them. The Melanie Fiona record and It Kills Me is a sample of the Soft Tones, and they, I think they made like 9 albums.
Wow.
They were bigger overseas than they were here, but they're
still big here.
They're very well known here.
Wow.
You know, but my father, he embraced whatever it was. You know what I mean? He just got it. My mom, it was just R&B and gospel for her, but my mother was like a B girl too. You know what I mean? Like, she was fly with the ripped up jeans, and the denim jacket, and the bamboo earrings with a nickname in it, the blonde streak in her hair. She was all of those things. So they were influential in just being who they were. It wasn't so much. Now, my mom wasn't crazy about the music thing. She's like, hey, you can sing, but so what? You know, a lot of people can sing.
I was gonna ask you, like, as far as family and friends, they take you serious when you sing? Because some people don't think that. They're like, all right, you can sing, it's cool, but you can't do nothing with that.
Yeah, in the beginning, you know, as a teenager coming up and doing groups, they're like, well, you know, this is your competition. What you gonna do with them? They sold this amount of records. Do you think you can do that? I think I can do that. We think we can do that. But how we got there, we didn't know how we were gonna get there, but we knew it was possible. But yeah, everybody respects it because they know what it is. They come to the shows. Sometimes they come to the studio. They're the first people to hear the records. They're the ones that I rely on to tell me if I have something sometimes, you know what I mean? Because I feel like nothing is better than the average ear. You know what I mean? Somebody may not be able to sing, but they could tell you if you're off key. Definitely. You know what I mean? Somebody may not be able to rap, but they know that metaphor was lame. You know what I mean? So somebody can't dance, but you know that the other person that's dancing ain't got no rhythm. They not coordinated. So they're very respectful and more than anything, they're supportive. Even if I can't tell you if they're playing the records every day or whatever, but you know, anything that happens, they there. They are game. They are down for it. You know, if they got to buy 100 copies a piece, they doing it.
That's what's up. So, that's good to get that type of support.
So the single "Sexy" with it. How did you come up with because you said you songwriter, so I'm supposing you write your own.
Absolutely. That record came. I was actually in the studio to record hooks one day. Shout out to my man Dim at Three Sons. I had a little production deal with this company called Three Sons, and they had their own studio. And I kid you not, I'm walking in the studio, and all of a sudden I hear in my head, "Let's get sexy with it. You don't have to be uptight. We can do just what you like, girl." I'm like, so I hurry up and run, and I write it down in my phone, and I'm telling my man Dim, like, yo, came up with this idea for the song called "Sexy" with it. So he's like, all right, let's do these hooks. You can do whatever you want after that. So I go in and I, do the hooks. I brush through everything because I'm like, this song is gonna work. Right. So I go in, I program the MPC. We ain't had no snaps I like. So originally I did the snaps on it. And originally we did the track with no chords. It was the beat, my vocals, those words. Some of them were a little different. And the amazing thing about music is if it's dope, it has no expiration date. I originally recorded that song in 2009.
Really?
Yeah.
The song we just heard.
The song you just heard. Not the version that you just heard, but the song. All the words, the arrangement, everything is the exact same. And it just kept coming up and coming up and coming up. And what happened was somebody heard it. One of my, my business partners at the time heard it and was like, you have to do something with this song. So it wasn't right the first time. And I had met this guy, shout out to my man, Jay Grant, who's probably watching this. And I played it for him and he's like, yo, the chords ain't right. So we went in to demo it and the track was so dope. That track that you hear is the demo to just a recording session. Like just us saying, when we get back in there, this is what the chords are going to sound like going with this. We just happened to reprogram the track. And we went in and just did it. And I actually finished the record the day Prince died. And I said, if we knock this record out, Prince is in the room. And we did it that night, that afternoon. So he died like 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's something to remember.
We had the record, yeah. I think the record was done around like 5 that evening.
Wow.
So here we are. And that wasn't even going to be my first single. It was just the song that people really gravitated to. I had another record in mind, but people were like, yo, the other record is dope, but this is the one. That's it. Like, this song is the one. It's been around. It's like that.
It sounds sexy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, that's the record. That's like the girl that loves you, and you keep trying to deny her. Right, but she's still there. Like, you, after a while, you just got to know, like, okay, I love her too. Let's do this. Okay,
I love her too.
So that was this record right here.
So when you officially drop it, you're dropping it on iTunes, right?
It's gonna be on iTunes, and there will be physical copies of it.
Okay.
CD singles.
So we'll put it on the Baltimore Flava radio site. Just know you're charging $9.99. We charge $59.99 because we get ours off the top.
Okay, cool.
All right.
As long as I get the middle and the bottom.
I ain't with it. I got y'all.
Make sure that my publishing is right. We do this split sheet before I leave.
We do got another song from you, right? Then we got another song.
We do have another song. It's a slow one.
Okay.
It's called "Sexy Things," which is like the outro.
So this gonna be a whole album?
No.
Of sexiness?
These are literally like
whole album of sexiness.
Right.
Listen, these are literally the two most intimate records on the album. Everything else is more so about life. Like,
really?
I have a record called "What She Do" that's basically about being in love with somebody that to everyone on the outside she's wrong for you, but to you she's perfect. You know, there's nothing that you would change about her. You love her, you rock with her. Have a record on there called "Official," which is a feel-good record about just being in love. Like, this is it right here. And then I have a record called "Out of My Mind" where I fucked up. You know what I mean? And I'm losing it because this she's moving on, right? And I can't get myself together.
Kind of like,
yes, you know, the album is called "Sweet 1030." You know, and it first ever since my birthday, October 30th. And
well, happy belated.
Appreciate that.
Happy belated.
Thank you very kindly.
Did you go trick or treating?
Schoolville C. I did. I took my kids.
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters. I took 2.
Did you get any candy?
I did.
I mean,
when I took my kids, they was putting it in my pockets. I was like, oh, I'm good.
This what they did. See, this is what I did. My youngest daughter is 2. So she was in a little stroller. She didn't feel like walking. So I had her bag. So when we go up and they like trick or treat, I would put the bag out too and say it. And they would every year I say I'm something that I'm really not. Like, I went to a Halloween party one time and I wasn't dressed right. So they were
I tell you?
They were like, who are you supposed to be? I'm like, I'm Will Smith. You know what I mean? I'll see somebody crazy.
Like, you can put some glasses on to be like, such and such.
There you go. So this year I was a responsible parent. That was my costume.
Good.
I had on a hoodie. I had on a hoodie.
I was up there with your girl.
Jeans. I was friendly. I was a responsible parent. I was loving. I was everything they needed me to be.
That's the first I've heard that one.
There it is right there. There it is right there.
Mr. Antoine said we're gonna put the song on the mixtape. Just so you.
Cool.
So wait, is the song that we gonna hear? I ain't gonna lie, Jay shaded Diamond.
I did. What I did?
So, all right, it was me. But
thank you.
Okay,
I always get blamed.
Song, okay, so when we were reading, why you gotta lean over like that? No, we were reading, getting to know you a little bit better, and you do have a song, and I don't know if it's this one, but or was it that one? Where it's something about marrying somebody that you can't marry, or
yeah. What she do?
That's that song. Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was the shade? You didn't like it?
No, it's fine. Diamond always got a story, and when we was reading, I was like, "Damn, that sounds like Diamond." Like,
that's him.
Explain it for those that don't.
Yeah, explain it to him.
And then people that
know Diamond will be like, "Yeah, that's
all right,
Diamond."
Listen, this for you. The record is about. I just explained it. That's gonna be the second single. It's about being in love with somebody that, from the outside looking in, is totally wrong for you. But to you, she's everything. She's not conventional at all by anyone's standards. But you love her. Like, you can't let her go. She may be a thot. She may be ratchet. She may be super hood. She got a 3rd grade education. But to you,
oh Lord,
but
Jesus.
to you, Diamond, She's dope. That's like the first line is, this girl's amazing. I don't know why I'm captivated. She's got my mind. A sucker for her. She's got control. This girl is magic and she's a
This is all we got, right?
So yeah. She's the type you don't bring home to mama. Her attitude is ignorant, yeah. And even though she brings me so much drama, I feel her love is heaven sent. She's everything to you. She's nothing to anyone else, but it doesn't matter.
Diamond never took her around his mother.
It doesn't matter.
That's one of the lines in that.
Listen, that's why they call the one. She's the one for you. She's not the one for anybody else. She's the one for you, my brother. He's
gonna sing that at Diamond's wedding when he really get married. If he ever get married to her.
So shady.
Listen.
That's because he came at me with that Dame joke.
Listen. She's the one for you. That's why it's a one. She's the one for you. It's only one of her, one of you. As long as y'all rocking together.
But she won.
There it is. There it is. Everybody got something wrong with them that somebody.
That's true.
Out,
ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got something.
Like, oh, she a little too flirty. Or she a little. Oh, my man hit her before you did.
That's always.
What you gonna do about that?
It ain't always.
That's always. You always got that one dude in there be lying. It's like hell. Be like, yeah. Sometimes it be lying like a mother. Like, you ain't never met.
I had a friend that actually did admit to you. His cousin.
That's happened to me before, and a couple of me and a homie.
Couple guys I've been around, they just said they hit it.
A girl smashed the homie. We didn't know though. It wasn't like
did she know y'all was homies?
No.
Okay, so then it's kind of like, all right, she ain't intentionally
all excited because she knew my man's like, yo, this my boy.
Oh, shit.
Y'all was messing with the same girl like R. Kelly and Usher, huh?
That's so uncomfortable.
We ran into each other. He like, yo, you. I'm like,
yeah, about that.
Yeah.
But we never, clearly we didn't share war stories, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
We just kind of, because you know what, at the end of the day, she was really a respectable young lady. And, just situations happen.
Yeah.
It's life. It was years. What's crazy is he used to talk about it and I didn't know who he was talking about.
A whole time.
And he was crazy about it. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good look.
Is that on the album?
Thanks, bro.
Is that on the album?
Maybe. We still got like 2 more records to do. So
I'm here for this album when it comes. I'm
telling you, I'm here. This is R&B.
I love R&B.
One quick question before we go into anything. How do you feel about the R&B scene here in Baltimore?
It's dope. It's still. I got a shout out.
Because I see a lot of guys that come to like a lot of hip hop shows and they do R&B and they're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have did this.
I never have a problem when I do it. I never have a problem. Never had. I think if it's authentic and you give it. See, I think I keep it very manly with my records. You know what I mean? I'm a dude on my records. I'm not. There's no femininity in what I rock. You know what I mean? As far as like some dudes come across and they just not really doing it for the ladies. And I'm a man. I'm a grown man on my records. You know what I mean? I can't even fake it. I mean, I'm 6'1" and I got a beard. You a man. So
that is true. I think there was somebody that, and I had this conversation with a girlfriend of mine, and like, I don't think that people understand. Like, for instance, I think when we were at, was it Afram? And there's no shade to anybody. I just feel like sometimes when somebody sings R&B, for some women, when you look at the person that's singing, that plays a factor into it as well.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find a nice way to say this. It's just that sometimes, like you said, maybe the femininity of it. If you're singing an R&B song and I'm like, the words could be like, ooh, like the sexy. And that's kind of like, how women, like you said, back to the groups, like with Jodeci and Drew Hill, like they made it sexy and they might have been appealing and attractive. And it's like, but some R&B singers that sing, they don't give that vibe. It's like, I feel like it's maybe a little rougher version of me up there singing versus like a man is singing to you. Like,
word,
you know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. So
hold up, listen,
like,
I got a request from my brother Nick. Shout out to my brother Nick. He was in like every group I was in. He's still even in this.
Oh, so he legit.
Yeah. He's like the JoJo to my KC.
All right now.
And he was
loyalty.
He said he wanted y'all to play some Lionel Richie.
Okay. Which one? What song you want here?
Listen, if we're gonna do Lionel Richie, we got to do the Black Lionel Richie. So
like which one?
Love will find a way if you were to do that.
No problem. We'll find a special.
Look at him. He cracking up right now. He didn't think I was gonna do that because he do it every time I do an interview.
He asked him to play some Lionel Richie.
No, just something crazy.
Oh, something crazy.
I got you, Nick. I got you.
So also, hold up, Jen. If you still want to, if this, later on you want to dabble into the group thing again, me, Mr. Antoine, we can hook up the Delphonics.
Oh God.
The Black Delphonics.
No, the Delphonics are black.
Yeah. The blacker.
Newer.
Yeah.
The Del.
Yeah. The Del.
It is right
there.
Yeah.
The Delphonics.
Okay. But what I was gonna say is while we wait to introduce your song, since everybody got this special request in here, you sing a little bit more. We need you to sing a little something. You can sing one of your songs or one of your favorite songs by one of your favorite artists. Like, hit us with something.
Just a little tiny bit. Just
a little something.
Okay. For all we know, we may never meet again. Before you go, make this moment sweet again. That's it. I ain't gonna do no more.
Oh,
hey, he took him to church for a second.
All right. I'm about to close my
Was you on the choir?
Nah.
He gave that little.
Yeah,
he gave that little swing, boy. I thought he was like, yeah. That's. You know how they always do that.
Gotta control the vibrato. You're not a real R&B singer if you don't move your hands.
Yeah.
You got these new kids. They don't know about that. I call them kid singers. They got little baby voices. Baby, it's you that I want to know. That they sound like that. Yeah. There's no disrespect,
but I get what you're saying.
I couldn't imagine being a man singing like that to a chick.
How do you feel being a new up and coming R&B artist? Mm-hmm. How do you feel like vocal arrangements play a part?
Those are huge. They've forgotten about
like vocal coaches, because I mean a lot of R&B singers that don't have vocal coaches.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I've had vocal coaching.
I feel like you can really. A lot of people can sing, but a lot of people don't have control of their voice, or they can't perform. Right. You know, it's different when you're on an album or a song.
It's also you have to really take advantage of performing, but you also have to pay attention to what you do. Like, I still watch my performances back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, that was dope right there. But then some days it's like, oh, it just wasn't there. You know what I mean? Or that was a little flat, it's a little pitchy, a little sharp, or it was perfect. You know what I mean? But either way, I know what's going on with my voice. You know what I mean? And a lot of people aren't. It's not that they're not privy to it; they just don't care. We're in a fast-paced world right now, so everything is immediate gratification. You gotta have it right away. No one is taking the time to really. The reason Jay-Z is still great is because he took the time to become great. That's why Nas is great. That's why Eminem is great. You know what I mean? Anybody that's considered great took the time to become great. None of it was by accident. You know what I mean? Even if you got the sales, it doesn't make you great.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you don't make somebody's list of greats, you're not great. No one is talking about you for real. Because people can like your song, but that don't mean they like you.
I'm one of them people. I like a song, but I don't like an artist.
I hope you like mine though.
I like your song.
I hope you like my singing too.
I like your singing. So far, you cool people too.
Right.
She don't like everybody.
I do not. They will tell you. You said what?
She don't.
I see.
I remember I first played my song. say.
Anyway, we are gonna go to a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna listen to another song. So we're gonna see if I like this one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
What song we gonna listen to?
It's called "Sexy Things."
Another sexy
Sexy
song.
Things.
Sexy
SEXX.
Sexy.